There aren't many people that you get to appreciate out loud while they're still here to hear it. And today I get to do that for my grandpa, Howard Wagner, known as Howie to many. He was born and raised in Janesville, Wisconsin, and he's always been a kind, simple man with his own quirks and routines. He's generous to a fault, and he has a way of making an impact on just about everybody he meets. I am lucky enough to be one of those people. I could say a million amazing things about my grandpa to honor him today, but I want to share 3 parts of his life that show the kind of man he is: his personality and generosity, his dedication to his family, and finally, his life of honor and service. Let's start with the part of him that everybody notices first: his big personality and the way that he gives to others without thinking twice. My grandpa has always been the kind of social where you can't take him anywhere without someone yelling his name across the room. He makes friends everywhere: stores, gas stations, church, you name it. He just has this energy that pulls people in, and not only is he good at making friends, but he also makes lifelong friends. He loves being around others, especially when he's playing ping pong, and he loves talking about history and watching the most random History Channel show or watching cartoons. And of course, he lives to mess with people. If you've ever been around him, you've probably jumped at one of his fake mice or spiders at least once. He still thinks it's the funniest thing in the world, even if he's done it 100 times. But the thing that really defines him is his generosity. He gives in ways that are thoughtful, funny, and sometimes a little chaotic. Like one time he made my cousin Jed and I haul a full foosball table up from his basement into a U-Haul and into his church, simply because he wanted to give the youth group something fun. Or how he buys gifts for workers at his favorite gas station simply because he appreciates them. But that's just who he is. He doesn't give for the attention or praise. He gives because it's his instinct to make people feel cared for. Beyond his personality and generosity, the next part of his life worth honoring is his incredible dedication to his family. My grandpa married his high school sweetheart, Nancy, and together they built a life filled with love, laughter, and 3 kids: Lisa, Lance, and Amanda. Nancy was truly the love of his life, and they were married for almost 40 years before she passed. And even now, he takes every chance he gets to talk about her. The way he speaks about her softly and proudly, like she's still right there in the room beside him, says everything about the kind of husband he was. His dedication didn't stop with her. My grandpa's always shown up for family, no matter what. If one of his 4 grandkids has an event, he's right there, front and center, cheering louder than anyone else, and he would have done anything for his 7 siblings too. And to him, family has never been limited to blood. His best friend, my great-uncle Bob, grew up with him long before Bob married Ginger, one of my grandpa's sisters. They were family long before the paperwork made official. The way he loves his family ties right into another huge part of who he is: how hard he's worked and how much he's sacrificed to support them. My grandpa has always been a hard-working, honorable man and someone who would sacrifice anything for his family. Not long after him and my grandma got married, he was drafted into Vietnam, and he came back with more stories than he'll ever tell. He's one of the lucky ones. He wasn't physically disabled by the war, but he did miss something that he could never get back: the birth of his oldest daughter. He didn't get to hold her until she was 4 months old, and even with that loss, he still considers himself lucky. He lived through the war and came home, and he's always been proud to be a veteran, even when people treated Vietnam vets with hatred and disrespect. After the war, he didn't slow down. He worked for General Motors and the railroad company, doing whatever it took to provide for his family. Long hours, tough jobs, no complaints, just steady, consistent work. All of these things, all of these moments add up to something bigger than just memories. They show the kind of man my grandpa truly is. My grandpa is so much more than the stories I've shared. He is a man whose life reflects sacrifice, humor, love, and unwavering dedication. His personality brings people together, and when I think about the kind of person I hope to become, I see so much of that example in him. Someone who shows up, someone who gives without hesitation, someone who loves deeply, and someone who lives fully. Honoring him today isn't just about looking back at his life. It's about recognizing the impact he continues to have on all of us. His legacy isn't measured in accomplishments, but by the people who love him, the stories we carry, and the way that he's made our lives better simply by being in them. Thank you.